already, but
Welcome back to Maniacal Music Musings. I am your host, as always, Jeremy, here, rambling on and on and on for the next 2.5 months about one band. And that famous band, of course, is still Led Zeppelin. And we are continuing down the infamous 235 song bracket of Led Zeppelin in every rendition of their songs. I'm going to do it again this week, I swear to fucking God. But Aaron, in case you don't know, I like to refer to Led Zeppelin as a he. I don't know why.
don't do it, man.
I when
I'd
I was a kid,
I'd rather you called them Ed Zeppelin.
For Red Zeppelin. He'd be more accurate than Red Zeppelin, I think.
But Red Zeppelin's another entity.
But yes, folks.
Bracket too.
I saw that. I could do that, but I think after this bracket we're gonna be Zeppelin out for a long freaking time. So
we haven't been through the whole tortellness of it all.
Oh, I already am feeling the dread.
I'm good.
But that's right, folks. We're back for
the Lonely Street, baby.
We're back for another 33 Led Zeppelin songs, and what can I say except hopefully this trend continues of every playlist getting slightly better. We can hope. So we'll see. And of course, we're joined again by my special guest, including the man who picked this bracket and put me to the challenge of it, and that would be Phil, Lisa, and Aaron from podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us back.
Now, was it Phil or Aaron that picked this?
I think that'd be Phil. Oh, that was Phil.
I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Aaron. I honestly want Aaron to win the next wheel spin just to see what he would pick. Because I do not know what he would pick because there's not a fish bracket in that list. So I don't know what he would pick.
You got Flaming Lips or Zappa or anything of that nature?
I have not made any of those. No, I actually considered Zappa for a hot second, but maybe I did. Their names were not in the initial list.
I would make my own bracket and force you to play it.
Okay. That works.
Oh boy. But
I'm afraid, but that works.
I'm scared too. But I'm also, of course, I'm being joined by my co-host from the Asylum with Harley and Joker, Miss Harley Quinn herself.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, Harley.
Hey, Harley.
And so Aaron gets to start this one out since he's back again after a long hiatus from the brackets. I believe it's been a good 6 months, but
I don't think it's been that long.
We finished the Rolling Stones bracket back in God.
I feel like I did one since then.
Oh, true. You were on the Aliens bracket because there was a lot of music you like in that.
Aliens.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, all right. So that was maybe a good 3 months ago. But if I'm thinking right, I honestly don't remember. But folks, it's time for Aaron to start this one with somehow the lowest ranked song in this part of the bracket. Number 226 ranked, 2 Ones Are One, Achilles' Last Stand reference mix. And it's going against number 104 ranked, Black Dog, live at MSG 1973.
Okay, so it's the shitty rough remix of Achilles' Last Stand, also known as the Wheelchair Song, versus Song Remains the Same version of Black Dog. I have Black Dog number 20. I have 2 Ones Are One, number 26.
I do miss those rankings. I really do. But which way you want to go, Harley?
Black Dog.
That's whatever these in my list. I think I got Two Ones Are One was about halfway down my list. Black Dog Live MSG was, a good 6 or 7 songs below it. So I actually think this is the better version of Achilles' Last Stand. There's certain differences in the guitar work that I like a lot better, but at least
Tempo's off.
that's why it's a rough mix. But I don't know. I enjoyed it a little bit more. I don't know. I heard a lot, and I was excited to hear this song because I was like, I have never heard this Led Zeppelin song before, and it's damn good. So it surprised me. But Phil, which way you want to go?
I agree with you. I mean, there's a difference. I mean, the Two Ones Are One basically was Achilles' Last Stand. It appeared on the Presence album, with the exception of that, like, guitar. The difference in the guitar about the 9-minute mark of the one that
Yeah,
didn't
it
make
sounds like
it.
he flubs it there.
Yeah, I agree that I don't like that as much as what ended up on the album. Otherwise, it's a good cut, and I like it better. I like it better than the O2 version of Black Dog for sure. So
This isn't the O2 version. This is Song Remains the Same version.
Nope. O2
No,
Live Arena, London.
No,
You said 1973, didn't you?
this is live at MSG, Madison Square Garden, 1972.
okay. Nevertheless,
okay.
I'm still going with
Because that's not what's on our list.
I'm still going.
They're both on the list.
Oh, there's two live Black Dogs in this list. So
I'm only seeing the one on our list. Maybe something's missing. But
yeah.
we've got The Song Remains the Same and Black Dog. Are they the same thing?
Nope, they're two different.
Okay, I don't know then.
No, here we go.
I don't know.
Here we go, Lisa.
Okay.
Yeah, the Black Dog Live O2 was number 27 in the playlist, and Black Dog
That's the
Song
same
Remains
thing?
the Same was number 3 in the playlist.
Well, I will say I like the Song Remains the Same version of Black Dog better, mainly because Plant could sing it a little bit closer. You know, the high pitch, he could reach the higher pitches back in those days, but still, I still like Achilles, or Two Ones Are One over that. So,
And that means, Lisa, you are the tiebreaker. Is it 2 Ones Are One or Black Dog Madison Square Garden version?
Okay, I'm going to go with, what? We didn't have two Black Dogs. We have Black Dog and the Rain Song.
There's
Are they
number
the same thing?
3 on number 3 on the Spotify playlist and number 27 on the Spotify playlist.
Don't have those numbers.
all right. Well, you got
So,
this is the song in question.
I'm
right
just-
here.
okay. The one that isn't 2 Ones Are One.
Oof. And Lisa makes Black Dog live at Madison Square Garden move on,
Mm-hmm.
which I had actually below the other Black Dog version.
But we've
Not
got
by
the real Achilles' Last Stand in this bracket. There's no point.
Oh,
in
yeah.
voting for
It'll
2
come up at
Ones
some
Are
point.
Right.
But that means Harley gets to start off the next matchup. And it's going to be number 225, The Hook, All My Love, The Rough Mix, versus number 103, Hot's On for Nowhere, OG version.
The first one.
Yeah, where the fuck did I have the hook? Oh, actually, okay. I actually had Hot's On for Nowhere one song above the hook. But the hook was a damn good song. I mean, the synthesizer solo was freaking incredible. So I enjoyed the hell out of that. But which way you want to go, Phil?
I like Hot's On for Nowhere. Presence
you
is one of
do.
my favorite albums. You know, that song is pretty funky. I love it when, you know, he hangs on and he says, "Get wasted," you know.
Mhm.
I got friends who will give me fuck all.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So yeah, the lyrics are kind of nonsensical, but you know, I'm not that big fan
Fuck
of
all's
hate.
British slang.
Yeah, well, it makes sense if you're British. Like, if you're
Right.
British,
Well,
for
I've
British,
used fuck all for many, many years.
yeah.
That's all. Meaning,
But
you know,
yeah, Presence is one of my favorite albums. And
Roger
that's
Daltrey, though, has the best use of, sorry to interrupt, of fuck all.
That's
And Young Man Blues on Live at Leeds when he goes, sweet fuck all.
mhm.
all right. Well,
Sorry, resume,
Anyway.
Phil, please.
yeah, Hot's On for Nowhere, definitely.
And Lisa, which way do you want to go?
I'm going with the hook.
And that means, Aaron, you're the tiebreaker. Is it the hook or Hot On for Nowhere?
Well, I'll give you a little cheat code here. Anything that's a rough mix went to the bottom of the list. Because the real All My Love's going to be in here somewhere and blow this to smithereens. So that's number 29. Love Hot's On for Nowhere. That's number 8. I already did my friends who give me fuck all bids. So.
Are we sure that
And-
already lost?
No.
Hot On for Nowhere moves on.
Mhm.
No.
Swear to God. So far, these have all been close for me, but we'll see because I start off the next one. As number 224 ranked, You Shook Me, live in Paris, 1969. And it's going against number 102 ranked, Roy Orleans, OG version. And you shook me. That no, that's the remaster. Where the fuck's the live? I should have numbered these. Did I not put that on the list? Could swear I did. But yeah, okay, that's even lower on the list than the remaster. But Roy Orleans is actually my 5th song on the list, so it's definitely Roy Orleans. I enjoyed the rough mix in the last one, but the OG version's even better. But which way you want to go, Phil?
Yeah, I like this better than the rough version. Aaron, if you haven't heard the rough version, they say that's Robert Plant singing that, but it sounds like Leon Redbone or some shit. Or some people speculated it's like Bonzo or something because voice is like it's like an imitation of, I don't know. So
Doesn't sound right.
yeah,
Maybe
It's-
he was having an off day.
it's funny.
He
It's
was recovering for like over a year from his car accident.
No, you listen to it. It's not like that. It's much more
It's not him.
exaggerated. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bizarre. It is really bizarre. But I like this Royal Orleans better than that, even though that one's hilarious. But I'm gonna go with
Yes, guys.
yeah. I'm gonna go with You Shook Me because that was like really important, I think, and during their touring and the early, that and
In the late 60s.
yeah, that and
69, baby.
Yep.
Couldn't resist.
yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. You Shook Me.
Well, Lisa, which way you want to go? You Shook Me
Yep.
live or same thing? All right.
Yep.
And Aaron?
Royal Orleans, number 10. That version of You Shook Me is number 18. I can name off the top of my head 3 versions I like better.
I would assume after hearing that, but that means Harley is the tiebreaker. Is it You Shook Me or Royal Orleans?
Royal Orleans.
Yeah.
And another original version song moves into the second round. There isn't that many on this, so. And actually, who starts this? Oh, Phil starts this.
I started the
Roger.
last one.
No, I started the last one.
Did you?
I think so.
Yeah,
All right.
Jeremy did.
And actually, but I'm wrong anyway because Lisa starts this. I
Okay.
forgot my outfit for a second.
I knew I did it
But-
recently. So
That's okay.
But Lisa, you get an interesting matchup. It's number 223 ranked Poor Tom instrumental mix versus number 101 ranked Poor Tom OG.
Poor Tom OG.
Yeah, this isn't a hard match. This actually happens in these Spotify brackets, not often, but it happens every so often in different artists, where songs with the same song will face each other, just different versions, or even just regular versions. Just maybe one's a greatest hits version. But which way do you want to go, Phil? The instrumental or the original?
well, I think as we talked about last time, Coda's kind of the album post Bonham's death that they kind of piled on a bunch of stuff. It's kind of I'm not that big a fan of Poor Tom, so I kind of like the instrumental mix better. One of the rare occasions when I like the rough cut or the whatever.
Hey, how much you give me a pen out of the jar?
This do?
Thank you.
Did you really say you're going with the instrumental version?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
Did, yeah.
Not my fault.
Well, Aaron, which way you want to go?
After that baffling call, I don't. Poor Tom, number 11. Coda is a veritable showcase of percussion. But that song, it needs the lyrics. It needs Poor Tom in it. Number 21 for the instrumental, number 11 for the OG.
Yeah. And Harley, which way you want to go?
The OG.
Which means the OG is moving on, as everybody pretty much knew it would. But, and I'm obviously voting it for it too. The instrumental mix was literally the last song on my list. And Poor Tom's not that much further up, honestly, but it's definitely higher than instrumental. But speaking of instrumentals, Phil does start this one. And it's number 222 ranked Bonzo's Matru, Mixed Construction in Progress, versus number 100 ranked Ramble On, live from the O2 Arena in London.
Well, I'm a big fan of Bonzo's Montreux because it's one of the only times that I've heard a drum solo that's actually melodic. It's almost like a song. And apparently the way they put it together was from multiple sessions that Bonzo did. So it's not like he sat there for however long, 12 minutes and knocked that thing out. But what they put together in studio is an outstanding testament to his drumming and why he's probably the greatest drummer of all time. So I like it better than like Moby Dick, for instance. So I'm going with that over the O2 version of Ramble On for sure.
And Aaron, which way you want to go?
This is number 28 versus number 31.
Yeah.
This isn't even the full Bonzo's Montreux that gets put. This is just like it's titled an in progress thing. And anything from Live O2's the very bottom of the list because that's not Led Zeppelin. So
it's not
Bonzo's Montreux goes ahead.
Oh, not yet. It truly doesn't. But Harley, which way you want to go?
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of agreed with you, Aaron, when you said that anything from the O2 Arena show kind of this sucks horribly. And they're all on the they're not the bottom of my list, but they're all towards the bottom of my list.
Do you remember what Mooney said, Phil,
yeah,
the Monday morning after Live Aid?
Yeah.
He saw Zeppelin.
That's not Zeppelin, man. He just like walked through.
He's never uttered a truer statement in his life.
That was a disappointment, that Live Aid performance. That was really, really bad.
But yeah, I mean, both these were actually in the bottom of my list to some degree. But Bonzo's Montreux is 2 songs higher than Ramble On. So I gotta go with Bonzo as well. And they definitely pay all you hear at the end of every live is we want to thank our drummer John Bonham. Yeah. Like that's all you hear is every fucking time. I'm like, Jesus. But Lisa, which way you want to go? Finish this out here.
I'm mildly torn. Honestly, I could care less about either of these songs. They're both really, really low in our ranking. The rambling on of the drum solo, which I know everyone seems to love, I can't. No. Keeping in mind that this is the first time I have heard these, and I have not heard 15 versions of Ramble On. Okay? So I would like to say here, I'm going to pick Bonzo's Montreux, but I would like to say, give it the first sweep. But I would like to say here that in doing things like this, if we are going to say there's a better version, and you say there's a better version, maybe we should put them in order by song, the whole list,
Well, the whole list would just be the 100 songs that they released.
Okay, I mean the whole list that Jeremy curated, the whole 200. Okay.
I mean that would be insane to try to listen to all their songs in order by and listen to the same version over and over.
No. We don't have to do them. We can put that list, the 200 list, in order. Okay. And that way, all of the song remains the same. All of the Black Dog, All of the You Shook Me's will be together. That's all I'm
In
suggesting.
the same bracket?
Yes.
No, I think she's just saying the same Spotify list.
No, she said
Right.
the same bracket.
Oh,
No. Okay, then let me clarify. If Spotify list is the 200, whatever's 200. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Because this is a bracket, 34 songs. Okay.
33, yeah. Same
Okay.
thing.
This was a bracket. Okay. But what I'm talking about is the grouping of brackets that we are doing now. Take that 200 or whatever it is, the Spotify list, put that in song order, and that way we can compare and discuss the actual songs.
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just an idea.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't say it.
No.
That you guys know and I do not.
So Ramble On
Okay.
is done.
Yes,
for
Ramble
now.
On is done.
No, I love the real Ramble On, to be clear.
But I will say there are three. Because I was looking it up. There are 3 versions of Ramble On this bracket altogether, and the original is in the top 10. So
Okay. Now I'm going to say here, I'm going to interject. This bracket, you just said this bracket. So by this bracket, that is the ones. There's 3 rambles on.
He means the over.
This is only part. This is only a part of the bracket. The bracket is the whole thing. So
Okay.
I mean, that's why.
In that case, this part of the list.
Yeah, in this part of the list, there's only one Ramble On. The other ones come on further down. A lot
There's
further
2
down.
Black Dogs and.
Oh, there's more than 2 Black. There's 2, 2 in this part.
In this part.
Yeah, but that means that
2 poor Toms, really.
that means that we're back up to Aaron to start off the next one, and it's number 221 ranked Friends with the Bombay Orchestra, or number 99 ranked The Rain Song live at Madison Square Garden 1973.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened this box of wine the first podcast I did with you when we moved into this house. I assume it's still good. I don't know.
Ooh. Sure,
I'm
it's
sure
not
it's fine.
gnats
It's
swimming
wine.
around inside that, or
It's box wine. They can't get in.
okay, that's good.
All right.
That's been some time ago.
Yeah.
You know, they
He aged
decanted
it.
some box wines and some other wines, and they did like a taste test in California, and some of those box wines beat some bottled ones.
Yeah, it's just the Trader
Wineries.
Joe's Cabernet.
How
All
is
right,
it?
what are the options?
The options are the Friends Bombay Orchestra version or the Rain Song live at Madison Square Garden.
Well, it's not going to be close. I can tell you that much.
It shouldn't be.
Rain Song number 14 from the Song Remains the Same, and Bombay Orchestra number 25. No notes.
Oh, MSG 73. Oh, okay, that's 73.
Yep. So
It's,
Did you
yeah,
say-
that means it's the Song Remains the Same version.
was the Rain Song lower on your list, Aaron, or higher?
No, it's 11
Ah.
closer to number 1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Higher. Yeah.
Yeah, he picked the one song.
And
I'm
Harley.
not going to fall into the higher or lower trap.
The Rain Song.
See, what the hell is that on my list saying? Oh yeah, the Rain Song live at Madison Square Garden is literally on the second one up from the bottom of my list. So number 31, I guess. And
Wow.
Friends with the Bombay Orchestra is number 3. I love a good rock song with a sitar in it, and the sitar in that song makes that song. I like the version of Friends we had last part as well, but this part was really one in this part was really good. I like the Indian orchestra in it. It definitely enhanced it a little bit, made it more mysterious. But which way you want to go?
Have
Lisa?
you heard the OG version?
I don't know if I have,
The
honestly.
Zeppelin 3 version?
Well, maybe I did. Maybe I did.
The Rain Song.
Which means the Rain Song's moving on. I had little to no hope my song on that one would move on, but. And Phil, which way would you have gone?
Oh, the Rain Song. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flaws in that movie, and a lot of, fantasy sequences, and the fact that a lot of it was done during like a follow-up shoot It wasn't even before live audience was kind of screwy, but I think the music in general holds up in that for the most part. Most of the music in it is awesome.
Yeah, I think
Well,
No Quarter might have been where the reshoots were. It's whenever John Paul Jones is wearing a different shirt.
Yeah, there are probably some tells there if you really study it. But
that means that Harley starts out the next one, and it's number 220 ranked Fool in the Rain, the rough mix, versus number 98 ranked Black Dog, live from the O2 Arena in London.
Black Dog.
Yeah, well, I think that Black Dog version is slightly better than the live at Madison Square Garden. Slightly. Just better audio. But Fool in the Rain was actually in like my top 10. So I got to go with Fool in the Rain. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Live in London.
And Phil?
I have to admit, the way we rank them, we don't do like 1 through 34. We do like scores. So sometimes I get when it's close, sometimes I have to improvise. And in this case, I mean, we got the rough mix of Fool in the Rain. I don't like Into the Outdoor a whole lot, but I think that might be the best song off of Into the Outdoor. So I'm gonna edge out Fool in the Rain over Black Dog, even though I had a lot, vice versa in my rankings. I'm gonna go with Fool in the Rain.
Which means Aaron's the tiebreaker on this one.
Live O2's number 33. Fool in the Rain rough mix number 24. That was a rough mix too.
Yeah.
Which means
that's a pretty rough match up there. I mean,
Yeah.
Plant couldn't hit. He couldn't sing Black Dog the way it was on Zeppelin 4, even back in 1973, much less 2007. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's a tough song to sing,
But that means that I get to start out the first playing, the only playing matchup we have, and it's gonna to see which one of these songs goes into round one, and it's gonna be number 218 ranked "Desire," the Wanton song, rough mix, versus number 97 ranked "I Can't Quit You, Baby," original version. And I had Desire 4, 5, 6, number 7 on my list. I actually really like that song. It's freaking the melody's pretty freaking awesome. I Can't Quit You, Baby is in the kind of in the middle, kind of the bottom half of the list. So I gotta go with Desire. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
I Can't Quit You, Baby.
If you can. But Bill, which way you want to go?
I'm gonna have to put you down for a while.
Desire, the Wanton song, this version completely flakes on the.
It's the OG version. It's the Coda version.
Oh, the Wantons. Yeah, but this when I listened to this, there's a guitar solo usually that kicks in at the 2:30 mark that it was completely missing. Jimmy Page. Did you notice that, Aaron, when you were listening to it?
I froze for a
I
second.
might have listened to a different version.
Did I notice what?
This was the album, and then the version was the rough mix on the Coda album.
Okay.
On the Coda album, they had
specific songs.
They had two versions on the original Coda album, didn't they? Or was that You Shook Me?
I have no idea.
I thought it was You Shook Me. But
yeah, they had one version on Coda. Yeah. But there's a version on Zeppelin 1 also.
But the Wanton song here, this rough mix that was in the playlist, was missing a Jimmy Page guitar solo at like the 2:30 mark.
Man.
That's very familiar, if you know the song. So on that merit alone, I'm going to go ahead and go with I Can't Quit You, Baby.
And Aaron?
Yeah, I Can't Quit You from Coda, number 16. That inferior version of the Wanton song, number 27.
And Harley, which way would you have gone?
I Can't Quit You.
4-1.
Which means I Can't Quit You Baby moves into round 1. And starting off with Lisa, I Can't Quit You Baby will face number 219 ranked How Many More Times, live in Paris, 1969.
I Can't Quit You, Baby. I can't resist that. That was fun.
And we'll see if you can do it next round. But Phil, which way do you want to go?
How Many More Times? That song kicks ass.
And Aaron?
How Many More Times? Number 12. I Can't Quit You, Baby from Coda. Number 16.
Yeah, getting closer.
They call me.
But Harley, which way do you want to go?
I Can't Quit You.
Which makes me the tiebreaker. And the How Many More Times live was the fourth song from the bottom of my damn list because I just didn't like the live version of it. The OG, maybe. I don't remember if I heard that one or not. But I Can't Quit You Baby, like I said, halfway down the list, so it's definitely higher than the live. So I Can't Quit You Baby moves on. Lisa will have another chance to
That's the first one where my choice didn't win.
Well, it's bound to happen, ain't it?
It's okay. You'll be fine.
I wasn't going to mention it until the streak was broken. And you made it through the whole bracket.
Yeah.
Pretty chalk.
Well, I mean, you also said you were hoping for a Poor Tom versus Poor Tom in the finals, but
I was being
facetious.
Yeah.
But that means that.
Yeah, the only reason Poor Tom is still on the list is because it was against Poor Tom.
And that means that Phil gets to start off the other side of round 1,
okay.
And it's going to be number 164 ranked Dazed and Confused from January 4th, 1971 at the Paris Theater versus number 48 ranked In the Evening OG version.
Wow. So I had both of these ranked pretty high. But, the Dazed and Confused, this version was pretty tight. It was good. I gave it an 8.1 out of 10. The sound quality was great. The middle section, when they do Dazed and Confused live, it can go up to a half an hour, and it can be, the middle 25 minutes of it can be different every single time you go because they turn it into like a jam session, and members of the band like leave and come back and that type of thing.
If you want to go to a Zeppelin concert, hon, I'll be glad to pay to fly you to California so you can go with Aaron.
Well, there's not going to be any more.
Aren't a band anymore.
Yeah.
I was just living in fear. 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Well,
okay.
Before I said that,
I think it was the 40 minute You Enjoy Myself on the Sunday night show of Fish.
Okay. Two bands. That's 2. You can have Aaron.
I feel like Fish has replaced Zeppelin and Aaron's.
I will mail Philip to you.
Lexicon or whatever. But anyway,
I think they're better musicians.
I understand that.
Long story short, I made it very long so far. But I said before that "Fool in the Rain" was the best song off of "Into the Outdoor," but I think "In the Evening" is. It's a better rocker. It's "Into the Outdoor" was kind of. I'm gonna go with "In the Evening." That album was kind of dominated by the rhythm section, but in the evening, Page really played well on that. So,
and Aaron, which way do you want to go?
Yeah, In the Evening, number 5, Dazed and Confused live in Paris, number 7. That might be their best piece of produced music that they ever did. In the Evening, off and Through the Outdoor.
Yeah, I love the intro. It really carries out in the evening. And
what is that? Is there a sitar in that in the intro?
I didn't hear one. Oh, there's a cracking the freaking up mic, but there's a synthesizer in it. Yes, sitar no, but I'm pretty sure there's.
I want to see my comment.
Your comment.
But Harley, which way you want to go?
In the evening.
Which means in the evening it moves on, which it would have anyway, because that was my number 2 song on my list. and Dazed and Confused was one of my top ranked lives, though. It was halfway down the list about-ish, but it was one of my top ranked lives. I couldn't enjoy that. That live was just too fucking long. Like, when I was listening to it sober, I'm like, what the hell they do in the middle? Go out and... Is that when the acid started kicking in and they forgot where they were? But I mean, I listened to it stoned yesterday, and I was like jamming the fuck out to the middle part. I'm like, I get it. I fucking get it. I fucking get it. But Lisa, which way you want it? Would you have gone?
Let me just say, we'll never be that stoned, no matter how hard I try. But I actually am going to throw into Dazed and Confused.
I say 2 cookies, and you're into it.
Oh, well, yeah, 2 cookies. But then I'm also...
I would never be that stoned. Oh,
I'm
2
probably
cookies.
going to be called in.
2 Buckeyes, maybe.
Yeah. No, 2 cookies would have done it. Those cookies. I mean, that whole cookie had me... I was feeling good.
Lars just made like some kind of muffin. I guess it was probably pumpkin muffin mix or cornbread mix. And I got from the dispensary some ditchweed for him. It was $15 a quarter. And he followed some instructions he found online. And edibles don't much affect me. But he had one little sliver. Didn't feel anything after a half hour, and then ate another one that was like twice the size. He said he was tripping balls all night. Liam had one little sliver and puked all over the carpet. We got cleaners coming Tuesday.
Yeah, you might want to keep Liam away from pot, maybe, or pumpkin. Yeah. It sounds like he might have a little sensitivity there.
Yeah, but also I think that whole quarter was too much.
We have pretty strong gummies here in Ohio.
Yeah, we
at
do.
Our dispensaries.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I got the Cherry Midnight, and I don't feel... I have to take a whole Cherry Midnight to get the same effect from a regular, just variety mix gummy.
Well, ours are like... The ones that I bought here by us were like 1,000 milligrams.
Okay.
What city are you in, Harley?
I'm by Cleveland.
Okay. But it's all Ohio-based.
Yeah, they're southwest, you're north.
Yeah. Aaron, could I get that recipe, please?
Sure, I just Googled it.
Okay.
But that means Aaron gets started.
No, I mean, like, can you send me exactly the one he used?
Yeah.
And the type of pot I should buy, please.
Cheapest you can find is what I did.
I don't know if our spent dispensary sell cheaper, but I'll check.
This one. The good stuff. The second tier is $85 an ounce, and the ditchweed was $15 a quarter. It's probably if you got an ounce of that, it's probably like $40 or something.
Is that how they market that ditchweed, or do they give it some?
No, I think it's
something.
It's got they've all got names that are tiers.
So I'll just ask
premium, top shelf. That might be top shelf, which is the bottom shelf.
Oh, okay.
Starter weed.
Yeah,
but
cooking weed. That's what I would call it.
Cooking.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go in and say I would like
just
cooking.
Go and say, hey, what's the cheapest stuff you have for cooking?
Yeah, right.
It pulls all the oil and everything out.
Okay. Cool.
But that means that Aaron starts off the next matchup, and it's going to be number 163 ranked Misty Mountain Hop live from the O2 Arena.
That's not Led Zeppelin.
Versus number 47 ranked Custard Pie Original.
Well, Phil's had a sneak peek, so he might already know, but Misty Mountain Hop Live O2 is number 30, and Custard Pie, Chew on a Piece, is number 1.
Yep. And Harley?
Let's go with some custard pie.
Chew on a piece of your custard pie.
And
put some cooking weed in it.
But Misty Mountain Hop is at the bottom of my fucking list. It's one of the worst O2 Arena fucking performances on this list. Custard Pie, as well, or as Spin Magazine called it, the most enthusiastic song about cunnilingus ever made, is number 6 on my rankings because
you can taste the pussy when you listen to that song.
You can, and I was gonna say I enjoy some custard pie from time to time. So fuck yeah, I dug the shit out of that song. That song was fun as fuck, and the harmonica in it is harmonica when done in rock.
Robert Plant's harmonica solo and that is fucking off the charts.
Harmonica when used in rock and done right is amazing. Take notes, Steven Tyler. Maybe you can get there one day. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
Custard Pie.
And Phil, are we having a sweep?
We got a sweep.
Cunnilingus for the sweep.
I mean, that song just—it's like showcases everything. It's like guitar like a freight train, drums blasting. The lyrics are awesome. Plants on point. That's just like an awesome cut.
Save me a slice.
It's all physical graffiti, which is also one of my favorites.
Put on your nightshirt and your morning gown.
But that means that Harley gets to start the next matchup. And it's going to be number 162 ranked, The Ocean, live in 1972. Or number 46 ranked, Achilles' Last Stand, original version.
Achilles' Last Stand.
Okay, I'm good.
Oh, fuck. That's funny because 7, 8, 9. The Ocean Live 1972 was actually the number 10 on my list. Achilles' Last Stand is a good 5 or 6 songs below it. So I got to go with the Ocean Live 1972. I actually dug the shit out of that live. It was done well. But
so did you then rank 2 ones or 1 above Achilles' Last Stand?
Yeah, I said that. I ranked it about 3 songs. There's 3 songs in between the 2.
Did your mama drop you on your head?
You sound like my wife. You sound like my wife now. But
sometimes I wonder that, Aaron.
I think it happened, dude.
No, I just.
I can't say anything. I picked.
I dropped myself on
instrumental
my head
version
quite a bit, so Yeah, he picked the poor Tom.
He picked the wrong poor Tom. He just didn't want to sweep.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
But which way do you want to go?
4-dimensional chess.
I prefer to swim in the ocean rather than to be dipped by my heel. So, the ocean.
And Bill?
Well, Aaron he did give me a sneak peek on his list. I'm going to just go ahead and reveal that Achilles' Last Stand is the number 1 song on my list. So that goes without saying.
Which means that Aaron is the tiebreaker.
And not just because we're alphabetizing the list.
Yeah, right.
My problem with that version of The Ocean, unless it's on the song before, is you don't hear the Bonzo vocal intro.
Oh yeah, that's what you did earlier. Lisa was asking about that. She said, I didn't know there were 4. What is he talking about?
Yeah, he does it on the studio album, and then he expands on it a little bit live.
Okay.
We done 4 already, but now we're steady. And then they went oochie-coo, 1, 2, 3, 4, oochie-coo.
Yeah,
he's just counting them in. But it's
right. But he's doing it silly.
Yeah. That version of The Ocean, the How the West Was Won, is number 15. The OG Achilles' Last Stand, number 3.
Which means Achilles' Last Stand moves on. But I honestly can't see it making it past the quarterfinals at the longest. But that means that because I know what
it's Phil's number 1. It's got a damn good chance of going all the way.
Because I know what it might be facing in the quarterfinals, and that's higher on your list. I know for damn sure. So, but that means that I get to start off the next matchup, and it's number 161 ranked. Song remains the same live at the O2 Arena. And it's going against number 45 ranked Nobody's Fault But Mine original version. And the song remains the same was my fourth song from the bottom of my list. So definitely, I mean, Nobody's Fault But Mine wasn't that much higher, but it's still a little higher. So I'll go with Nobody's Fault But Mine. Which way do you want to go, Lisa?
Nobody's fault but mine.
Yeah, I don't like to admit it's Nobody's Fault But Mine.
I like it better.
That's not something I like to admit to. But Phil, which way you want to go?
Well, just a little background, since I'm trying to bring a little bit of the Zeppelin, cachet to this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, for the 54 people watching, bring a little background.
All right. So Plant had a number of tragedies during his Zeppelin tour, tenure. His son passed away. He had a car accident. He broke his leg. And at some point, he determined that it was his affiliation with the band and Page's dabbling with the occult and all that shit that was blowing back on him, that all these tragedies kind of came from that. And that's what this song comes from. Nobody's Fault But Mine. And I think it's a really,
basically apologist.
it's really a great song. It's really an explosive, great rock song. It's not quite as good as Achilles' Last Stand, but it's right up there with it. One of the things that makes that a great album.
That's it's a cover though. It's Blind Willie Johnson.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that is true. I did read that.
But he's still using it that way.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
That's Zeppelin's MO is
right.
Songs.
Cover.
But
they ripped off
okay.
Which way did you want to go, Aaron?
Brother is showing me the gong. Brother is showing me the ding dong, ding dong. Nobody's Fault But Mine, number 2, and O2 Arena, number 32.
And Harley, are we having a sweep?
We're having a sweep.
Woo!
About time you got the damn pro woman. But that means that Lisa gets to start the next match. And we actually have 2 original versions going against each other for the first time in this bracket.
Oh, I get it, Aaron. You're saying that, okay, yeah, Plant did not write that song, but still, he kind of chose it for that.
Yeah, and he added some lines.
Caveats.
Right, just enough to steal it.
Personalize it.
They credited him, I think.
Yeah.
Homage. Did they pay Blind Willie?
Probably did.
Lisa, the two songs you have facing each other are number 160 ranked "Baby Come On Home" versus number 44 ranked "Gallows Pole."
So even though did you say it's 2 OG songs?
Yep, 2 OG songs.
"Baby Come On Home" was released after Bonham died, after Coda.
Oh, so
it says it was. I found it in the Coda album.
Yeah, it's on the new reissue or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the original version, so that's OG.
Mm-hmm.
It's OG, but they never released it as.
None of mine. All of mine say remastered. Does that count as original?
Yeah. They just.
Oh, okay.
That means they played with they played with the audio.
They took out the hiss and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Baby, baby, baby.
Yes.
A gallows is not a pole. So, by definition, there is a pole involved, but I have a problem with that. But "Baby Come On Home" is my number 1.
But your baby's already home. Phil, which way you want to go?
This one's I had them scored very close. I guess a recency bias moved me to rank "Baby Come On Home" ever so slightly ahead of Gallows Pole. Maybe because we wore these songs out when we were in high school. It's like, my God.
I'm sure.
But
Aaron, which way did you go?
Gallows Pole, number 4. Seesaw, Marjorie Doll. "Baby Come On Home," number 23.
Good. Harley, which way did you go?
Yep.
Which I am very, 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 very pleased to say makes me the tiebreaker. And Baby Come On Home, as much as I love the gospel feel to it, it was a little bit above halfway down my list. So there's a lot of better songs in on this bracket part. But Gallows Pole, on the other hand, was my number one ranked song off this playlist.
There you go.
So I gotta go with the Gallows Pole because I love anytime Led Zeppelin sings about dying. It always is a good song.
I think it's based on an old poem.
It is, but a lot of rock and metal artists have done songs called Gallows Pole. A lot of them, but Zeppelin's is one of the top 5 versions of that song. So by far, so I had to go with Gallows Pole, but
I'm not hating it. That's cool.
Which means that Bill gets to start the next one off, and it's number 159 ranked, Bring It On Home / Bring It On Back, live 1972, versus number 43 ranked, Traveling Riverside Blues, the Big Black Hawk session, or BBC session, as the lesser known call it.
I think that was the first song they released after Coda.
Yeah,
had not been released before.
right. I remember
at the time we gobbled that up. Oh, there's a new song. There's a new Zeppelin song.
MTV debuted it, I think, right? And it's got like all this, like they interspersed a lot of Song Remains the Same stuff with like canned footage of people in the bayou or something. You know, it's like it was kind of a mishmash, but it was a cool song.
Video's cheesy. Song is pretty good.
Yeah, I like the slide guitar and everything. But I guess Bring It On Home was once my ringtone, and maybe that's not the best version, but it's good enough to beat Traveling Riverside Blues.
I like that version.
But Aaron, which way did you go?
That's the How the West Was Won version, and of the official releases, official live releases, I'd say that's probably the best one. Bring It On Home, number 13, Traveling Riverside Blues, number 22.
And Harley?
Baby, Bring It On Home.
There's no baby involved with this, but okay.
Maybe she's calling you.
There's
baby.
Always a baby involved.
It's whatever I want it to be right now. Thank you for
I mean, she calls Joker baby all the time. Come on now. But that means I am throwing a vote to Traveling Riverside Blues because that was actually my number 4 song off this fucking playlist. I enjoyed the shit out of that song, and I'm not a huge fan of the blues, but that was very jazzy blues, and I freaking enjoyed it. Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back was towards the bottom half of my list. I wasn't that impressed with it, honestly. It's a couple below poor Tom. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Bring It On Home.
It was too long. That was part of the problem I had with it. But
well, I don't always listen to the entire song.
I listened to the entire song probably actually on this one I went maybe 3-4 times because this fucking playlist was so long I couldn't get through it like on my drives.
Right.
So I sat at work yesterday for most of the day because I knew there was gonna be no business anyway, being a fucking holiday weekend. So I literally sat there and just listened to most of this playlist. It took me 8 hours to get through most of this playlist. So yeah.
But your birthday is on Memorial Day.
Every fucking year, basically. But that means that
Bring It On Home in that round.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm the only person voting against it. You can 2 matchups, but Aaron, actually after you start this one off, because Aaron, you start off this one, and it's number 158 ranked, Heartbreaker, live at Madison Square Garden, 1973, versus number 42 ranked, You Shook Me, the 1993 remaster.
Not the Live in Paris one, but the Zeppelin one. Yeah. So You Shook Me, number 9. Song Remains the Same version of Heartbreaker, number 19.
And Harley?
You Shook Me.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. I damn near tried. But see, You Shook Me Live, or the remaster, is only 2 above You Shook Me Live. It's on the bottom of the list, basically, for me. Heartbreaker was easily my number 7 or 8. So I thought that was the best live in the whole mix. So I gotta go with Heartbreaker. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
You Shook Me.
And Phil.
Yeah, I didn't find the Heartbreaker version and Song Remains the Same all that memorable. So I'm gonna go with You Shook Me.
Yeah, what I remember about it is they cut it off pretty early on the video.
Yeah, it wasn't complete, that's for sure. Neither was Black Dog.
Yeah.
Which, that means that Harley gets to start the final matchup in round 1. And it's number 157 ranked, Whole Lot of Love, live in 1972. Or number 41 ranked, Moby Dick OG version.
Can I mention a word or two about You Shook Me? Which did You Shook Me win?
Of course it did. Come on, person vote against it again.
Mm-hmm.
That was released the same year as Jeff Beck's You Shook Me, off his first album with Rod Stewart on vocals. And it's the same song, but it's a different song. And they're both really good songs, if that makes any sense at all.
I would love a little matchup of like, take a song like You Shook Me, and there's like 50 versions of it, and do like something like that.
Yeah, but
it's just
Beck and Page had both been in the Yardbirds like in 67.
Right.
By 68, they're both doing You Shook Me. Beck put it out first, and then he was so pissed off when Zeppelin put out this version because that version smokes.
Trust me, Lisa. I was looking up. I was making up some playlist for a bracket yesterday, the day before, and it was a version of Jailhouse Rock. And when I saw the amount of versions of Jailhouse Rock that pop up on Spotify when I searched it, I was like, that could be a bracket all on its own. Probably the amount of versions of Jailhouse Rock there is.
Great minds.
All right, well, let's do it.
I mean, I can't say I'm ever going to. I have so many. I have so many brackets made that it's fucking. I'm not coming up with new ideas at this point. I'm just going with what I already have saved off. I still got more brackets to fucking make. I guys do, but of other topics, not artist brackets. Those are all me. But the final matchup gets started off by Harley, and it's Whole Lot of Love versus Moby Dick.
Moby Dick.
And see, this is the funny thing. These songs are not that far. Are both in the bottom half of my bracket, and they're not far. They're not far apart. Whole Lot of Love was my number 32, basically. Too fucking long and drawn out. Like they were on acid and they forgot they were performing even.
It's my number 6.
Moby Dick. I also am not a huge fan of Whole Lot of Love original version. Just saying, but that's the only good thing about the live is they got rid of the
theremin. What's your take on the Doctor Who theme?
I fucking love the Doctor Who theme. Classic.
X-Files?
Yeah.
One of the best theme songs ever.
Okay.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it.
But Jeremy, have you listened to Whole Lot of Love, the remaster, or original, or whatever, on headphones?
I don't like the fucking race car sound in the beginning. I went through this one when it was on the Rolling Stone Top 500, but I don't like the race car sound in the beginning. It pisses me off.
Like the race car, the airplane dive and the riff.
Yeah, that. I always call. Since I was a kid, I called it the race car song. I always thought it was like a redneck song for race tracks. But but I'm going with Moby Dick. It was slightly better. It's still Moby Dick was below Poor Tom on my list. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I gotta get A Whole Lot of Love.
And Phil?
Well, we can talk a little bit more about A Whole Lot of Love when we do the no, this is the remaster. This is the one from Zeppelin.
No, this is live.
This is the live. How the West Was Won.
1972.
Yeah, okay. So we'll save some of our comments for the actual.
It's got the same. It's basically the same thing they do in Song Remains the Same version.
Yeah. except that he does "Let's Have a Party" by
Mhm.
Elvis, or I guess Elvis covered it too. But Plant was like a huge Elvis fan.
Yeah, let's have a
Elvis,
party. Is that instead of Hello Mary Lou or something?
Yeah,
Elvis covered everything.
right. But
They all
Plant-
did back then.
They,
They
they,
all
this
did back then.
this whole lot of love chunk that you said sounds like they forgot they were playing. They would do that every night, but they would have different little songs that they'd play in the middle of it.
right.
Turn into a medley. And,
Sometimes I think it was like a custard pie or one of those that they would, that ended up on something later. There were
Yeah,
a couple songs
could
that they
be.
would throw in there. Yeah.
They might put on some phrase on a new song they're working on or something too. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with "Whole Lot of Love" on that.
Which means, Aaron, you're the tiebreaker.
Gotta let that boy boogie. Whole Lot of Love, How the West Was Won, number 6. Moby Dick, the Zeppelin 2 version, number 17.
Which means, folks, that round 1 is officially over. About an hour in. Actually, not too bad for Zeppelin. I could imagine it gone a lot longer. It probably will when we get to the last couple parts of this for sure. But it's going to be a lot of high-ranking songs at
I
that point.
encourage pre-ranking.
I need to for Zeppelin. Fucking Christ. If any artist I really don't know too much about, I need to pre-rank. But up till now, I never had to worry about that. But that means round 2 can officially get started off by Aaron. And it's going to be number 104 ranked. Actually, I'm not. Wait a minute. Yeah. No. By me. I'm fucking. But it's Black Dog live at MSG versus Hot Son for Nowhere. And Hot Son for Nowhere was in my top 10-ish, so I gotta go up with Hot Son for Nowhere. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I still feel we didn't have that version of Black Dog on our list.
It was.
Okay, but
This one's the 3rd song on the list.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, I was near the beginning.
I had one Black Dog, and that Black Dog already lost something.
Well, I think that we had some. It was lost in the shuffle.
Okay,
while we were
Philip
getting
thinks
ready
it was
to put
lost
on
in
this
the
show, 'cause
shuffle.
we had some issues.
Okay, he believes that. I don't.
Okay.
So we'll just agree to disagree. But I guess Hot's on for Nowhere because I don't know. I don't really, it's okay.
You got friends who will give you fuck all. Is that the only song where they say fuck?
Mm.
Possibly.
I think it is.
But Phil, which way you want to go?
Well, there's Misty Mountain Fuck. No, that's different.
Yeah. Wait, no.
I'm gonna go with Hot's On for Nowhere.
Misty Mountain fuck.
Which, well, that sounds like a good time. But that means Hot Son for Nowhere goes into the quarterfinals. But which way would you have gone, Aaron?
The way I'm still going. Hot's On for Nowhere, number 8. Black Dog song remains the same, number 20.
And Harley, finish us off.
Yep.
So it's a sweep.
First sweep of round 2. Yes, it is. And that means that Lisa starts off the next matchup. And it's Royal Orleans versus Poor Tom OG version matchup.
Okay. I would just like to make up some lyrics here. Cool sweat love in the misty mountains. Okay, I'm done.
Misty Mountain fuck.
Yes.
Misty Mountain Fuck.
Yes. Royal Orleans.
And Phil?
Yep, Royal Orleans.
And Aaron?
Kisses whiskers left and right. Royal Orleans, this was a close one. Number 10, Poor Tom, number 11.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was the first close one.
You had one that went like 2 or 3 apart earlier. But Harley?
Yep.
And we're going to have another sweep because Royal Orleans was my number 5. So it's one of my highest ranked songs still up in this, for God's sake. But that means Phil
such a good album.
That means Phil gets to start off the next matchup. And it's Bonzo's Motro the mixed construction versus the Rain song live in Madison Square Garden.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and I go with the Rain song on that, only for the reason that Aaron pointed out earlier, that this was still an incomplete version of a masterpiece of drumming, but still extraordinary. But I'm going to go with the Rain song.
And that means Aaron.
Yeah, it's the springtime of my loving. Rain song number 14, Bonzo's Montreux number 28.
And Harley?
The Rain song.
Oof, god damn. Yeah, the Rain song live is still my number. It's still my number 32, for God's sake. Bonzo's was 4 or 5 songs higher, basically. So that gets my vote. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
The Rain song.
Well, we avoid sweep for this one. But that means that back at the top, Aaron gets to start with the last matchup in this side of round 2. And it's Fool in the Rain rough mix versus I Can't Quit You Baby OG version.
Not OG version, Coda version.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry. Who's? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 16, I Can't Quit You Baby. Number 24, Fool in the Rain rough mix.
And Harley?
I Can't Quit You, Baby.
I know. But Fool in the Rain rough mix for me is 4 or 5 songs, maybe 6 or 7 songs above I Can't Quit You Baby. So I gotta go with Fool in the Rain. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Fool in the Rain.
Which means Phil's the tiebreaker for this one.
I'm going to go Fool in the Rain.
Which means a rough mix beats out a somewhat original version of a song. And that means we have to go to the other side of round 2, and Harley could start us off. And this side is mostly all original version matchups. And it's going to be In the Evening versus Custard Pie, Harley.
Well, I like some good custard pie, so we'll go with custard pie.
No. I enjoy some Custard Pie in the evening. And In the Evening is my number 2 ranked song, so I got to go with In the Evening because it beats Custard Pie out by 2 songs. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Well, I have never personally eaten much custard pie or any. I'm still going to go with custard pie.
The smile on Phil's face when you said that said it all. But which way you want to go, Phil?
Well, I had these actually ranked identically, which is kind of ironic because my scoring system's pretty specific. But I love custard pie. I got to do the custard. I do like a piece of my custard pie, of your custard pie.
Yeah.
So.
You want a piece?
I do want a piece of your custard pie, at least.
That should have been the course right there. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But
when you cut it, Lisa, save him a slice.
Save me a slice.
Feel free.
I
I will.
I like your custard pie.
If I ever make one.
He likes your custard pie.
I feel like we're doing a version of.
I think you're confused because I
sweaty
make
balls
apple. No, just yeah, we are. Because the song's really about something else completely.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
the most enthusiastic song
Meaning
about
remains the same. Same.
most enthusiastic song about cunnilingus ever. But which way you want to go, Aaron?
I snuck away. Did I Can't Quit You Baby win the last one, I assume?
No.
That's a shame.
Fools in the Rain did.
It's going to lose to the real version.
I snuck that in on your way you left, Aaron.
Absolutely.
So it's custard pie versus what?
In the evening.
Well, custard pie is
was
my number 1. Yep. In the Evening is my number 5.
So custard pie does take it.
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of had a feeling it would, but I had to go to In the Evening since it was my number 2 ranked song. But
such a great intro.
Yeah.
And they're just like right in, boom, drop
I
down.
mean, and that means in the next matchup, it's going to get started off by me, and it's Achilles' Last Stand versus Nobody's Fault But Mine, OG versions. And I actually have Achilles' Last Stand 5 songs higher than Nobody's Fault But Mine. So I will vote for Achilles' Last Stand in this matchup, unlike last round. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Yeah, nobody's fault but mine is higher up for me.
And Phil?
Oh man, I just really feel like Achilles' Last Stand is one of the most complex. I'm not a musician now. I don't know, but I mean, it seems like the guitar playing is more complex, the drumming, I mean, everything about it, and it all comes together, and it's epic.
Check out Fluffhead.
Check out Fluffhead.
It's a Fish song. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we're talking about Led Zeppelin here, so I'm going to go with Achilles' Last Stand.
And Aaron,
But I will check out Fluffhead, Aaron. Sure.
Nobody's Fault But Mine, number 2. Achilles' Last Stand, number 3.
Which means, Harley, you're the tiebreaker. Which way do you want to go?
2 powerhouses from
Achilles' Last Stand.
my favorite Zeppelin album.
And that means that the next matchup gets started off by Lisa, and it's Gallows Pole OG version versus Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back live 1972.
Bring it on home, bring it on back.
And Phil?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bring It On Home.
Surprising me a little. But Aaron, is it Gallows Pole or Bring It On Home?
I think I see my brother coming riding many a mile. Gallows Pole, number 4. Bring It On Home. How the West Was Won version, number 13.
And Harley?
Bring It On Home.
Avoiding in the tie-breaking situation for me, unfortunately. But Bring It On Home does move on to the next round. And Gallows Pole is my number 1 ranked song. So if it was tiebreaker, it would have fucking won. That's for damn sure. But the last matchup in round 2 gets started off by Phil. And it's You Shook Me, the 1993 remaster, versus Whole Lotta Love, live 1972.
You Shook Me.
And Aaron?
Whole Lotta Love, How the West Was Won, number 6. You Shook Me, number 9.
And Harley?
The Boogie.
You Shook Me.
Yeah, I mean, both these are my bottom 10, but You Shook Me is a decent amount higher than
My
Whole Lotta
number
Love.
6 and number 9 are in your bottom 10.
Whole Lotta Love live is my number 31, so yeah. But You Shook Me is maybe 27, 26. So You Shook Me moves on, but which way would you have gone, Lisa?
You shook me.
Which would have won anyway. So which means that round 2 is officially over.
Isn't there like 4 or 5 versions of the Immigrant Song on that How the West Was Won thing?
Maybe.
I don't know. I just know of one.
It seems like there's
actually, we did an alternate version of it. We did an alternate version of it in the last part. I know that much.
Yeah.
But
the version I had only had one. It was the first.
There's 6. There's
LA
6
Drone
versions.
and then Immigrant.
There's 4 versions of the Immigrant Song on this bracket.
Okay, well, we're going to run into them then, I guess.
We ran into the alternate last part, and then there's 2 lives coming, and there's the OG version, which is in the top 5.
Yeah, the OG version is going to blow away any of the live ones.
That last part is going to be fucking a challenging bitch, especially in the second half of round 1. And in round 2, it's going to be fucking challenging as shit. But that means we can go into the quarterfinals, and it's going to get started off by Aaron, and it's 2 OG songs against each other. It's Hot Song for Nowhere versus Royal Orleans.
Oh man, 2 more presents. This one I have to look up because I don't even know. Off the top of my head, I would have said Royal Orleans, but no, Hot Song for Nowhere. Number 8 and number 10.
And Harley?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with that because I ain't yupping that shit because Royal Orleans was my number 5 and Hot Song for Nowhere was like around 13, 14 for me. So I got to give it to Royal Orleans. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Royal Orleans. I liked that kind of race car thing that had added to it.
Don't make me start not liking it now. But Phil's a tiebreaker. Which way you want to go?
Well, yeah, obviously love both of these songs, but I'm gonna go with Hot Song for Nowhere.
Which we actually had alternate versions of both these songs in the last part, but we
Nobody needs to hear any of that shit.
You got to hear that one, Aaron. You got to hear the. I'll send that to you later.
The one that's not Robert Plant, I'll check out.
Yeah.
But that means the other matchup in this side of the quarterfinals gets started off by Harley, and it's the Rain song live at MSG versus Fool in the Rain rough mix.
Have you watched The
Rain
Song
Song.
Remains the Same, Jeremy?
What?
Have you watched The Song Remains the Same?
No, I have not.
The Led Zeppelin concert film / weird fantasy sequences.
Maybe one. If it's ass-induced, I may check it out
This is
one
the
day.
soundtrack to that movie.
Well, I'll watch it when we're done with this bracket.
There you go.
Or before the final part of this bracket.
Yeah,
maybe I'll
you'll
watch it.
trip out on it. It starts out with a pretty violent scene, actually.
Oh yeah.
But Harley, you said the Rain song, right?
It's the Rain song versus what?
Yes, he did.
It's the Rain song versus Fool in the Rain. We have a rainy matchup here.
Yes, I
And-
said the Rain song.
Yeah,
It's like a shitty
Rain-
version of Fool in the Rain.
the Rain song live at MSG was my number 32. Fool in the Rain was in my top 10, I think. Maybe towards the end of my top 10. So I gotta go with Fool in the Rain. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
Fool in the Rain.
And Phil?
Rain Song.
Which means Aaron is the tiebreaker.
Rain song 14, rough mix of Fool in the Rain 24. If it was the real Fool in the Rain, it probably would have won. It would have won.
Yeah.
It sounded like they got a demo vinyl and played it without doing any kind of noise reduction. It's like you could almost hear
the only other
grooves.
The only other version of Fool in the Rain in this bracket, which is the original, is in the top 20. But not top 10 quite. Nowhere near top 10, but top 20, yeah.
It's pointless to include something that even has rough mix in the title. In these.
Well, it's
They're
not
gonna
as
get
good.
they're gonna get steamrolled by a real song at some point.
Not always. Not always. And
Every one of these songs, you're not gonna find a better mix than what they released.
What up to my co-host, Jimmy motherfucking Fuller?
Hey, Jamie.
Guys, hopefully in 2 weeks you could fucking join us for your first bracket event officially since you became a muser. But
That would be
means,
awesome.
Yeah, love to see you.
But that means that the quarterfinals are officially over, and we are going into the semifinals.
QFs, the Queefs.
And Jesus Christ, dude. And the first semifinal matchup is going to get started off by me, and it's number 103 ranked Hot Song for Nowhere OG versus number 99 ranked The Rain Song live at MSG. Actually, what the fuck am I thinking? My bad. We only finished half the quarterfinals. We only finished half the quarterfinals. I'm an idiot.
No, we weren't. That's okay.
Actually, I don't know. We missed one. We missed
We
one.
finished half the quarterfinals.
Yeah, there's 4 songs left here.
Did we skip a round?
So
Wait a minute.
quarterfinals is Elite Eight, right? We
Yeah.
finished one side of
no.
the Elite Eight.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we did miss. We missed one matchup. So reverse. The final quarterfinal matchup gets started by me, and it's Bring It On Home. It's Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back Live 72 versus You Shook Me 1993 remaster. And Bring It On. These are both towards the bottom of my list, but Bring It On Home is only separated by 2 songs, but it was higher ranked. So I gotta go with Bring It On Home. Which way you want to go, Lisa?
Gotta reverse it. You shook me.
And Phil?
Bring It On Home.
And Aaron?
You shook me.
Which means Harley is the tiebreaker.
Bring It On Home.
Which means Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back is moving on into the semifinals. And now I can officially say.
Wait a minute. Did we do Achilles and custard pie and I just didn't notice because I was writing these down?
Yes.
But I'm missing. Okay, which one won?
Oh, wait a minute. No, we haven't squared it off yet.
Oh, no, I think I copied custard pie into the wrong fucking box twice or something along those lines.
Okay.
It's definitely going to win now.
Oh, well, no, that doesn't mean shit.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Lots of balls in here.
But that means Lisa can start that one then.
Okay.
And it's custard pie versus Achilles Last Stand.
Okay, once again, custard pie.
And Phil?
Chew on a piece, Phil.
Yeah, this is the end of the road here for me.
Nice.
I'm rejecting the custard pie. I'm going with Achilles Last Stand. Off 4.
Well,
boo. Lisa crosses her legs and boos.
Well, I
What did I could?
I know you've been. I know you've been busy, Jamie. It's time in Iowa and all those.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of custard pies, all those delicious looking flowers. You know, you gotta pay attention to them for a month. But and yeah, I mean, 74 people watching agree with you, hopefully. Mm-hmm. But
that's about the same as last time. Wow, you're getting a consistent audience here.
Congratulations.
For our brackets, I mean, for our regular shows, I wish, but they're also not weekends, so that could be a perfect. But But and you know, just saying, Achilles wouldn't have had his last stand if it wasn't over some custard pie. So
that is true. Good
take
point.
that home with you. Take that home with you. But Aaron, which way?
Custard pie? Is that what you're saying? You know which way I'm going if custard pie is involved.
Okay.
You do want a piece for custard
It's my
pie.
number one.
Happy wife, happy life, right, Aaron? But which way you want to go, Harley?
Custard pie.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I gotta obviously custard pie was my number 5, I think, or 4, somewhere around there. Achilles Last Stand is way further down, and it's not even the version I had higher. So custard pie does move on, as I pre-predicted, and that means that the
is that my number 1 and number 2, or now is my 1 and 3?
Possibly. Whoa. Okay. I think I jumped into the future for a moment because I literally almost got the time right for the quarterfinals like 5-10 minutes ago. So I think I had a moment here where I jumped into the future for a second. I don't fucking know. But that means the semifinals can get started off by Phil. And it's going to be number 103 ranked Hot Song for Nowhere versus number 99 ranked The Rain Song live at MSG.
End of the road for The Rain Song. Hot Song for Nowhere.
And Aaron?
Yup.
And Lee?
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just going to give it a big bang yup as well because the Rain song live was number 30, fucking 2 for me. So I'm happy to see it go. I really am. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
I salute its demise with a vote.
Say goodbye to the Rain
I
song.
do love the Rain song.
Goodbye, but
Yeah, the Rain song is a beautiful song.
It will be on here again in some other form or shape, trust me. But
Yep.
I'm damn
This is
sure of
the
that.
second best form.
But that means the other side of the semifinals gets started off by Aaron, and it's going to be number 47 ranked Custard Pie versus number 159 ranked Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back live 1972.
And it's number 1 versus number 13. Chew on a piece.
And Harley?
Custard pie.
Yeah. Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back was about halfway down my list, but
It's mad
Custard
at
Pie
demise.
is top 5. It's top fucking 5. So it's getting my vote. Which way did you want to go, Lisa?
I'll take a piece of the pie.
And Phil, are we having a sweep in the semifinals?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back into good gracious. I do want a piece of your custard pie.
Thank you, Dan.
Folks, if you haven't realized by now, this is now the newlywed game. But
After 31 years of newlywedness.
hey, if you're still acting like newlyweds in 31 years, you found the formula. Write a book. But
Where's the strangest place you've ever made whoopee?
Whoopee. Yeah.
The drive-in. I mean, I didn't answer that.
That'd be up.
in a van
In a
listening
panel
to
van. In a panel van, parked backwards, doors open.
listening to Heat Wave by Martha de Mendeles.
I think we were
It
double
was
feature.
a heat wave, but yeah, it was a double feature.
Wasn't it like one of the cop movie, like with O.J. Simpson or whatever? I don't remember.
I
I got dropped off right as I was saying up the butt Bob. I hope I got through the first time.
Thanks to you, I don't remember the movie.
Mm.
Backwards panel van, doors open, had cushions. We had a little mattress. Not that I arranged this in advance.
Families all around us.
Yep.
But, yeah.
People walking by.
Were you on the beach?
No, we were at a drive-in
Oh,
in Ohio. Not a lot of beaches at the drive-in.
no. I don't know.
We were at the Oakley drive-in. I'm sure
think-
you did.
East Fork.
I think Harley happened to have a memory popping up like, wait a minute. I remember walking by a van one day in Ohio. But
Yeah, everyone.
I'm not that old, remember. They were probably teenagers when this happened.
No,
Yeah, they
we
met in
were
their 20s.
We didn't get. Yeah, we met.
Okay,
when I
well,
was
still in your
27 and-
20s.
Yeah,
That's only 30 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
but
your
still,
parents
yeah.
could bring you something. You don't know, Harley.
If you were in Cincinnati at a drive-in when you were like, I don't know what, 6.
Watching
I
Naked
didn't move to
Gun.
Ohio till 2018, so no.
Oh well, there you are.
Good times. Good times.
This was in 1994.
Oh,
The 10
When I was-
I specifically.
when I was 6 years old.
Hey, there you are. I did say 6.
But Harley would be a little bit older.
Thank you
then.
for making
But-
me feel old.
I'd have been
I-
turning 9 or 10.
Last time I was at a drive-in in Ohio, which is the last time I was at a drive-in, was either Batman with Michael Keaton or the double feature of Blame It on Rio and something else where Jim M. Holt and his wife brought some kind of weird hooch.
Wine cooler.
Oh, we were puking all over the place. Were you there that night, Phil?
No. No, I don't
on
recall
you.
that at least.
That means our third and fourth place matchup can get started off by Harley, and it's
maybe 7, 6.
it's 99 ranked The Rain Song live at MSG 73, or going against number 159 ranked Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back live 1972. We have a live matchup.
Bring it on home, bring it on back.
Yeah, The Rain is still my number 32 rank, so Bring It On Home ain't much further up, but I gotta agree with that. Which way would you want to go, Lisa?
I'm going to go with Bring It On Home.
Which means Bring It On Home, Bring It On Back does win third place, but which way would you have gone, Phil?
Yeah, probably bring it on home.
And Aaron, are we gonna have a sweep for third and fourth place?
If you'd have asked me point blank without me having ranked them, I would have probably guessed I picked the Rain song. I'm slurring. I'm glad
It's that aged wine you're drinking.
But
The 10.
Bring It On Home is 13. The Rain song is anyone? 14.
17, I think.
13 and 14.
Ah. Well,
It's my second close one of the night.
Sometimes you surprise yourself.
This means the finals matchup is going to get started off by me, and it's an OG matchup. It's number 103 ranked Hot Song for Nowhere versus number 47 ranked Custard Pie. And yeah, for me, Custard Pie still kind of beats out Hot Song for Nowhere by a bit in my ranking, so it's got to be Custard Pie. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I will tell you, in the interest of giving away our rankings, Hot Song for Nowhere for me, we do like a 1 through 10 rating instead of a 1 through 30. And Hot Song for Nowhere got a 4.6. Custard Pie got an 8.2.
And your note tells a story.
Custard Pie should get an 8.2 on the Richter scale. We do it right. Just saying.
Which one tells a story?
Custard Pie.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah. But yeah, it took me a week to do all of these 30 songs. So,
Always.
So Phil and I couldn't understand the lyrics when we were trying to figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
But we had this weird character that we wrote about, St. John Smythe.
Right.
And what he's saying actually is sweet and nice. You can tell now in the remasters, but you couldn't tell then off the vinyl. So we thought he was going, St. John Smythe.
Right.
And
But,
I still sing St. John Smythe when that part comes up.
Let's be in the Saint.
I still sing Thanks for the Memories.
In one of the Saint movies, the Saint, Roger Moore, one of his aliases was like
was it the Saint or James Bond?
Well, it might have been Bond. I don't know.
I think it was a Bond.
But I thought it was so bizarre.
I think it was Moonraker. Yeah. My name is Smythe. St. John Smythe.
But Phil, which way you want to go? Custard Pie or Hot Song for Nowhere?
Man, I love both of these songs. And like I mentioned, I'm going to have to reassess our scoring because my scoring is not relative. It's like it's a quality ranking while I'm hearing the song. So you can get ties, and it's not an exact science.
You got to go one more round.
My emotional reaction. I don't really care about guitar solos.
Once you've scored them, then just rank them 1 to however many.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to refine that a little bit.
And you'll have some hard decisions. It's like the ones that are right next to each other. A lot of times, if I was posed with them, I'd say, interesting that I ranked them that way. I'd have gone the other way.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
But I'd stick to whatever I ranked.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call an audible on my own rank. I love Hot Song for Nowhere, but I'm gonna go with Custard Pie. I've been influenced again.
I'm okay with you.
You know what Phil's having for dinner.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that custard pie. Now I really want a piece of that shit.
Which means
cuts are on for somewhere. How's that? Yeah. So you could pick either one, but
which means Custard Pie is going into the grand finale for this week. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Custard Pie. Like I said, Hot Song for Nowhere 4.6, Custard Pie 8.2.
And Aaron, which way did you go?
Well, you know already, but Hot Song for Nowhere was ranked number 8.
And Custard Pie number 1. But that means that, and since it's the grand finale, where the winner of this week will face the winner of the last part, I will let Phil start off.
My vote's Custard Pie since you're going to completely skip me.
On our own show. She gets top billing and gets skipped.
Hey, her show.
But Harley.
It's Harley and the Joker.
This isn't that show. But this is music.
Damn.
But we're doing the Billboard brackets on that show, and now wrestling theme songs. But that means in the grand finale that Phil gets to start us off. Is it the winner from last part, 107 ranked Rock and Roll Sunset Sound Mix, or number 47 ranked Custard Pie?
Rock and Roll Sunset Sound Mix.
I'm not sure how that won last week, but I'm going to go ahead and put it down now. I'm going to go say Custard Pie.
It won against Your Time Is Gonna Come 1990 remaster.
Yeah.
That's not my fault.
That's an interesting final.
It wasn't interesting. Looking back, I thought about it after we were done. And I was like, wow, how did that shake out that way? It wasn't my number one, but it was a good cut.
I mean,
it was a really good cut of Rock and Roll, though.
I don't remember really looking at the part one bracket, but I can't imagine it coming out that way.
Well,
yeah, it's the imagination has to come in there, I guess.
I think in my time of dying. I think I had it in my time of dying.
It came down to a tiebreaker. I'll tell you that much. It came down to a tiebreaker. But but Aaron, is it going to be? Well, actually, do you want me to let you go last, Aaron, so you have a chance to listen to the Sunset Sound Mix for a minute?
No.
Well, what's it going to be then? Rock and Roll Sunset Sound Mix or Custard Pie?
Custard Pie.
And Harley?
Custard Pie.
Which means Custard Pie continues its win into the next part to face the winner of that.
You know what?
And
Custard Pie might not be the sexiest song on that album.
We'll see.
It's got Trampled Underfoot.
There's your cliffhanger.
But Lisa,
not anymore. You just said trampled underfoot. But
yeah, but which one's?
I have trauma about that.
That's the one where it's he's comparing a girl to a car the whole time. The classic rock and roll
trouble-free transmission. Yeah. Mama, let me pump your gas. Mama, let me do it all.
Fix your overdrive.
Yeah.
But Lisa, which way would you have gone?
Oh, Custard Pie.
Which means we have a sweep in the grand finales, folks. And that means that this is officially over. And we will be back in 2 weeks with part 3, which I will take a quick glance at. And definitely some new songs in there. So fuck yeah. And some songs from the first part coming back in different styles. And we are actually going to hit a Stairway version finally. So there you go.
Yeah, I might have to listen back to this just to see how many of my picks hit, because I feel like I only missed like 3.
And just so everybody knows, the highest ranked song we'll hit next time will be number 33. So we're getting there. Just it's going to take time. There's 4 more parts for the next part, for God's sake. But Lisa, Phil, Aaron, where can they find you guys?
We're the podcast about nothing. And we can be found at pod. We can also hopefully be found on the Antisocial Network coming up. We're going to do some work on that tomorrow, hopefully to get that going. Also, our handle on all our socials is at pod, just like that, all one word.
And Harley,
what he said.
Where can they find you besides tormenting Joker streams?
You can find me at the Asylum with Harley and Joker, where tomorrow night we will be roasting Joker himself for his birthday, or the Mod Squad Network.
What time tomorrow night?
I will be drinking
at 8
night.
Eastern.
I will be drinking tomorrow night, just saying. But so if I get violent in reactions, don't be surprised. But I'm probably just gonna laugh my ass off the whole time. But you could find your maniacal music musings on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, because this bipedal Sasquatch trained by Arcturians likes to broadcast our stuff. Don't know why. You can find us on XXBaby in the Gram as that little bastard, and you could find us on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings. see all the past episodes, all the past brackets. Everything is on YouTube. And until next time, we'll see you in 2 weeks, and come back this Tuesday for a regular scheduled episode of Musings. Till then,
Shanka.
have a good one, everybody. And
May the seed of your loins be fruitful in the belly of your woman.
I was going to say, all 76 of you watching should go eat some
I,
custom lines.
I have a feeling that he doesn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, he seemed to be doing okay with that.
Seem to have a vasectomy.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon, buddy. But, and since I produced a child,
I applaud you. I applaud you. I know men who would not have a vasectomy but are okay with their women having actual anesthesia surgery as opposed to them having a local and an ice pack.
Yeah, I'm
So,
fine with it.
I applaud you, Jeremy. I applaud you.
Give me a couple bags of peas. I'll be good.
It was
But,
me that had one.
But all 76 of you watching,